there peeps, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17. In the last episode we had a bit of a look around. This one here I reckon we'll go and do a couple of jobs for some local farmers, get ourselves a bit of coin, help boost things. So this is where we got our seed and fertiliser as well on our farm. So you got liquid fertiliser there if you get a sprayer. You got some bag pelletised fertiliser, and you got seeds just in here. So without any further ado, we'll find our ute. Here we go. So if you remember in the last episode, we've cultivated this field over here, and we've seeded this one over here. We'll just grab this question mark since we're here. It's a fountain. So if we shift this tractor here, out of the way. So yeah, I reckon we'll get ourselves a bit of coin, do some jobs. Well, this guy hasn't actually finished yet, so we'll get him to carry on. So he's just chucking barley in by the looks of it for us. So we might try and do another different crop on the other field, on the new ones. Got this guy down at the shop for some reason, but he'll be right there. So yes, we'll go and find a field where a farmer wants us to do some work, get ourselves to the coin. That way we can plough this field over here and might be the chute. And also get ourselves a fertiliser spreader so we can do a bit more stuff, get a bit more yield out of our crops. There's quite a bit of scope in this game. Looks like I've been playing it in another save game, just while I'm waiting for the first video to upload. The other thing you'll find for those that are interested is you can get gold nuggets. So obviously there's probably 100 of them around, and there's always been something like that in the previous versions. And of course you get a wee reward if you manage to find them all, if you want to go that sort of way. So with these jobs, what you do is you rock down here to where you can buy your field, and just pop over to the buy symbol, click into the purchase menu. Now the harvesting ones I found pay the best. So this guy here, man, we must have done something right because my fields are bursting at the seams. Looks like I'm going to have to bring on some extra hands to help haul it all in. Good thing I picked up that extra harvester last season. If you want in on the action, there's $12,135 in it for you. So we'll take that. So they supply all the gear. We'll unfold the harvester. And with the harvesting ones, you'll always find that they'll supply the harvester with just the right capacity, so you don't have to worry about it. Now we want to select the front unit and unfold this as well. And we'll go back to the main harvester. So it looks like we're going to be doing sunflowers here. Now with this here, when you're doing these jobs you can't hire a worker to do it for you. You've got to do it yourself. Now, it doesn't take overly long to do one, and the reward is well worth it. And it's a good way when you're starting out. Just go and do a few of these fields and get yourself the coin, get yourself some more equipment, help build yourself up, work towards getting yourself another field. It's just a good way to start out, really. So in previous versions, the missions are primarily you'd go mow paddocks somewhere, or you'd go and run a pallet around somewhere, and they were, well, pretty rubbish really. A lot of people have asked about working for other farmers and that, and it's good to see that Giants have listened and brought it into the game, which is really awesome. It's one thing I like about them is they obviously taking notice of what people want. I've heard a lot of negativity about it. That all I've done is copied what modders have been doing for farming Sim 15, and all I've done is just brought that into 17. But that's a good thing, in my opinion, because they take note of what's popular out there, what people are wanting, and brought it in, which is really awesome. So they've brought in the extra crops, like I say, we're doing sunflowers here, which is a new crop for the series. You could of course get it in Farming Sim 15 if you've got a modded map that allowed the extra fruits. So yeah, having these extra crops makes for a nice variety really. And then of course you've got pigs as well. We'll have a look at the pigsty at some stage. But yeah, so you've got the extra animals. And in some ways they've actually implemented a soil mod into it, which we'll have a closer look later on. But I've made it worthwhile now for you to own a plough, so you've got to plough your fields. There is a screen I'll show you at some stage that will tell you if the fields need ploughed or not. So that's real good. So they've basically, yeah, they've done a soil mold where you can apply fertiliser in 3 stages, or just a single stage like you used to do. But they've made it a real simplified version of it, so you don't have a lot of the extra like you did with the soil mod, which is good because it means the casual player can just pick it up and go for it. But the other thing being, of course, is our friends on the consoles. Means they get to enjoy the mods that we've been talking about. Means they get to enjoy the extra fruits as well, the extra animals, because of course in the previous version they couldn't get it on the console. And bonus for them as well, they don't have the slot limitation like they had in the previous version either, so they can now get all the vehicles they want, which is a real bonus. So yeah, we're in the Massey Ferguson harvester here, 9380. It's quite a nice harvester, quite a big capacity by the looks of it. At least the lid makes it look big. Quite nice inside it. Standard harvester styling for the game. Yeah. So yeah, if people want to complain, like I say, you hear a lot of people jumping on threads and that, just saying, oh, why would anyone want to bother playing this, and where's the fun in it, all that. Driving tractors around and harvesters and whatnot. So yeah, it's one of those things, you know, if you don't enjoy it, simple, don't play it. You don't complain about other people playing it. You might find those people don't enjoy Call of Duty or Battlefield or any of those sorts of games. Final Fantasy, you know. Everyone's got their own taste of what they want to play. Just because your taste is different to theirs doesn't mean you're any more right than they are. So in my opinion, just let people play what they want to play. Like I say, I enjoy this game because it's one of those ones you can just pick up, kick back and do whatever. And you don't have anything you're working towards. You know, you set your own goals. The game doesn't do that for you. You decide what you want to do. If you want to go and buy a new tractor, you can go and buy a new tractor if you've got the money. Go and work to get the money or get a loan to get the money. The choice is entirely yours. You can put whatever crop in you want it. So that's the beauty of it, is it is an open world game where everything is your choice. The only missions you got are well, what we're doing right here now. and you've got the choice whether you're going to do it or not. You can just play the entire game without playing any missions if you want to. You know, it's all about choice, and everyone's entitled to their own preference of style. No one's going to play the game exactly the same as anyone else, so that's the beauty of it. Whereas, and like I said, I played Call of Duty and all those ones as well. Doesn't worry me. Like I said, I quite enjoy it now and again, just picking up a gun and going for it. It's just a quick release of tension, I suppose, if you like. But I do much prefer a style like this, just a nice, easy playing style. And yeah, like I say, the way they've designed it for this version, you know, it's a bit more in depth, there's a bit more to it, but it's also suitable that anyone can pick it up and go for it. And there are tutorials you can work through and learn how to do things. If you've never played it before, it's always a good idea. And also, like I said, there's plenty of people out there with YouTube videos, and you're a bit unsure or something, just ask. Someone's bound to help you. Jump on the Steam forums. Someone will help you out there, no doubt. Or just watch a YouTube video. Dago he does some real good videos. And I see Brad M73, you know, he's doing some good videos on there as well. So if you want to learn a bit more about the game than what I'm showing you, just jump in and check out their channels as well. They've got a faster internet upload speed than me, so they can get their videos out a bit faster as well. Plus they're able to get the game early release. So they've managed to get a few videos up, which has been real good. Looks like I'll be watching them myself. Just learning the different features on the game, which is always handy. So yeah, beauty with these missions is, like I say, you won't end up doing the whole field. They'll end up stopping you before you get there. If you look up at the top right there, you'll see a countdown timer going on. Plus you'll see that circle that's filling up. So that once that circle's filled, that's you done. So you'll probably find you still have a row left or half a row left or something to do, but they'll call it complete, which is awesome. And because he's given us 13 grand there, but you'll find as well, once we finish this, we'll get a time bonus. If you do it within the time, or within a real good time, you get a bonus for it. So the quicker you get it done, the better off you are. So you can get pretty close to what he's actually paying you just in the time bonus as well, so you can nearly make double what they're saying, which is awesome. Go a long way to helping us get our plough and our seeder, or our third spreader, with a new gear, bit of an upgrade for the farm. And also what we'll end up looking at getting at some point very soon is probably the garage placeable, so that's going to allow us to fit our front loaders, so we can put the front loader attachment on the tractors we've got now and use them as a loader, which is good because now that you don't have an unlimited supply of seed and fertiliser on farm, you've got to go and buy the pallets, so you need something to move them around with. So we're going to need a tractor for that, a front loader, so we'll end up working towards that next. We do have some crop to sell in the silos, got a bit of grain in there if we need to. Kind of like to wait for a great demand, get a bit more cash for it, but we'll see how we go. We might decide we want a new tractor or new harvester or something, so we end up selling up. I am wanting to work towards the animals, you know, I want to try and get into the pigs because they're new. just boost things up a bit and give us a bit more variety. Thing with the animals, like if you do need a bit of gear to really get into them properly, you know, you want some load out wagons and balers and all that sort of jazz, just so you can provide for them, because the more you provide for them, the better off the animals are, and the more they're going to breed, the better they're going to breed for you, which is what you want, because you get a good breeding program going. Of course, it means you're not going to have to buy them all the time. So that's a good way of, I like the way they brought that in now, it means you're not buying animals all the time. And admittedly, I've never actually had anything to do with the pigs before, so never really played around with them much in FS 15, so I'm not really too sure what's involved with them, so it should be a bit of a learning curve for us. Obviously that field over there, we're not going to get any room from that, unless he wants us to seed it, but don't really fancy seeding, to be perfectly honest. Not unless I'm doing my own fields. What I'm hoping to do is minimise the amount of times we end up getting the workers in. So obviously we will be using them, because even when they're doing a field for us, we can come out and do something like this and make a bit of extra coin. So what I'll probably try and work is we'll start out doing the job and then we'll chuck the worker in and go and do something else. I'm going to try and keep the video short, so it doesn't take so long for me to get them up. Hopefully middle of next month, hopefully, so middle of November, I should have a faster internet speed. I reckon they're going to have connected by then, so fingers crossed it helps. And I'll be able to get hopefully get a couple of videos up a day, as opposed one every couple of days. But we'll see how we go. A mate of mine, he's just brought this as well, and he's pretty keen to have a crack in the multiplayer, so I'm thinking I'm going to do a second edition of videos as well with me and him, just doing the multiplayer. Work it out to get their team speak going or something like that going. Hopefully he's got a microphone so we can hear him as well. Helps if I push the right button. So I believe the multiplayer has been to be quite good in this. Get it going. So we tried to play multiplayer on FS 15. Oh, there we go, we finished. So yeah, we got 12 grand reward from him. Plus we got another 10 grand, or just over 10 grand. So we got 22 and just about 22 and a half grand there. Which is awesome. So we'll jump back in our ute. And what I reckon we'll do is we'll go and buy what we need to buy. So you've got several options here for your fertiliser. You can buy a sprayer. As you can see, you've actually got a couple of extra choices now. So FS 15, you only hit the MSAs. They've got a 15 metre spread width. You've got a 1200 litre capacity in that tank. And you can buy a further 1000 to go in the front of your tractor if you've got a front tractor. But you know, it's only 15 metres, and it's going to, for us to get the 2200 litre capacity, it's going to cost us 29.5 grand. We've got 41,960 at the moment. Of course, you can go a bit bigger, get a 28 metre sprayer. That one there probably be an ideal one. It's good size, and it's got a 4600 litre capacity. Only needs a 95 horsepower tractor, so that's something. Or you can go self-propelled, which has a 36 metre capacity, so that's a monster of a machine. It's got a big boom on it. She's a 400 horsepower beast. She holds just over 6,000 litres in there. So that's, you know, it's 237 grand to get that self-propelled sprayer that's only going to do one job. So that's the thing. The choice is yours. If you want to go that route, you can. 237 grand to get a self-propelled machine that goes a wee bit wider. Those are 36 metres versus 28 metres, so you get an extra 8 metres out of it. You know, if you've got massive fields on the farm, if you've got another map that's got real huge fields, that could be an option for you. The route we'll probably be looking at going is this one here. So we've got 3 pelletized fertilizer spreaders to go choose from, the solid ferret. So you've got this wee backpack one, which is only got a 12 metre spread and a 700 litre capacity. It's only $6,300 though, so for the fur in the land, Exacta AL700, $20 a day. It's quite a cheap machine, and all honesty, that's probably all we need for the starting out. Then of course you can jump from there straight up to the Bredel with a 4,000 litre capacity and 24 metre spread. It's going to cost you another $80 a day, and that's just your step up from the Fernie land. And then you got your bigger Bredel, which has exactly the same spread. Only difference is you can hold 20,000 litres of ferret in there, but it's going to cost you a further $200 a day. Now the choice is yours on what you want to do there. So for the price, all that, it's tow behind machine there. You know, all honesty, none of your fields are going to use what you're holding there. It just means if you're doing multiple fields, you have to go back a few more times. That is going to save you a few more trips. Choice is yours. You're going to get exactly the same spread out of it. But that's the beauty as well of this game. You can just try it all out. Of course, once you get your animals, your pigs and your cows going, you can get free fertiliser from them in the form of your muck spreaders or your manure spreaders. So you got your wee one there for 11 grand, your Farm Tech, which will give you an 8 metre spread and holds 8,000 litres of manure. The manure doesn't go very far, remember. Just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Then you jump up to your Joskin with a 19,000 litre capacity and 15 metre spread. And then your Stroutman, which is a 15 metre spread and 32,000 litre capacity. So both those, same deal as the ferret spreaders, have exactly the same spread width. It's just the capacity that's different. So just keep that in mind. Also, of course, you get your slurry, so your liquid form of animal waste, if you like. And you've got a fairly good choice between them. So you got your Garant, so an 8,000 litre and a 9 metre spread. Your Joskin with your, it's just about 16,000 litres with 12 metre spread. Now this one here is an 18,500 litre tank. And then you can couple it up with the Sunni disc. So you can cultivate and ferret at the same time. So you can, so I've heard a lot of people mention that if you get this here, you got to buy this here. You don't actually have to buy that. You can run this just as exactly the same as like the Garant and just spray it out the back. That's going to give you a 14.8 metre spread. And then if you chuck the discs on, you're only going to get a 6.2 metre. But that's an injector disc, so it's also going to cultivate as you're putting your ferret on at the same time. So that's the advantage of going with that route. These ones here injected as well, they'll fold out those arms, I believe, and just inject it straight into the ground. This one here will cultivate as injected, they won't. So you can run that just the way it is, and just spray it out the back, or you can cultivate at the same time. Like I say, there's a lot of people out there putting a bit of misinformation saying, if you're going to buy that, you've got to buy that. For it to work, you don't have to buy that. Then you get up to your bigger one, which is 30,000 litre capacity and 30 metre spray width. So again, it's got injectors down there. They put those there on down the side. They'll just inject it straight on the ground. So you've got a good option there. And then once of course you're getting a bit bigger in your farm, you'll look at buying your container, 55,000 litre container that you chuck anywhere around on the map. And then you'll get a tanker trailer, and you'll just, which is a 30,000 litre capacity, and you'll just hook that up to your semi, or you get the dolly and tow it behind your tractor, and you just run that to the container, and then you can have your tractor feeding out of there. So that's just something to think about as well. So like I say, we're going to go just with the wee one. We're just going to get the Fernie land. Now remember, you can lease. So if we wanted to, we could just lease it for $693. And you can do that with everything. Like, so if we wanted to, we could lease the Bredell, the bigger Bredell. And it's going to cost us $7,370 to lease that, as opposed to buying it. So if you want to try it, like so there's a real good option. If there's anything you want to try out in the game, just lease it. Lease it, see what it's like, see if you like it. If you decide you don't like it, it means you haven't wasted all your money on it. So it's a bit of a bonus. So we'll take that. We'll take the Fernie land. We'll buy it. $6,300. We're going to make use of it over the time, so we'll get our money back from it. And we are also going to buy a plough. So we've got several choices of ploughs here. So this one here is just your standard, it's a 2 metre plough. It's just a standard plough, it doesn't turn or anything. There's a multi-directional. You can move up another $2,000. You can get the Coon, which is rotatable, so you can change direction. And it's also 2 metres, so they're both exactly the same size. Then you move up to your 3 metre, 4.9 and 6.2. And I believe that's the last one here. But that's the beauty of this game. Previous versions, the only reason you brought one of these is to join 2 fields together. You didn't have any other use for them, or honestly, unless you just wanted to play around with them. This game, you actually have a reason for it. So I reckon we're going to go with the... I'm going to go... Ooh, what am I going to go? Going to go Coon. We'll buy that. Again, you can lease these as well. So there we go. We've got our plough, we've got our ferret spreader. So where we're in here, there's no sales of course. We'll have a look at some other things. Like so we've got trucks in here. So you've got a couple of American style trucks, they're just a generic American style truck. That one there looks like it could be based off a Freightliner. And that one there looks like it could be based off like a Peterbilt or a Kimmeris. More likely a Peterbilt I'd say, looking at that. That could actually be Western Star. They're just generic brands. You got a couple of European style ones, or you got the Tetra, so you got your Russian one there, and your MAN from Germany. Massive amount of tractors in there. Weeders could be. I haven't had anything to do with the weeders. I'm not too sure how they work. Like so, this one here. I'm assuming this one. It either seeds or it fertilizes. I've got to work out what that symbol means down there. Like so, I don't know the full in and outs of it yet. And it pulls out weeds. It's got something else here as well, so I'm not too sure what those there are. Could mean it fertilizes. It seeds. Must have a seeder on it. So I'll have to do some looking into for that. Sowing machines, like so we've got an awesome array of sowing machines here. That's obviously the one we've got at the moment, which is quite surprising. You know, we start quite high up. And they can do quite a fair amount of crops here. I think those there are radishes or something on those lines. 3 meters. This one here is, you can do your sunflowers, your soybeans, your corn, and your sugar beet, or that could be radishes, something like that. Your fury, the one that you'd normally start out with, I'd say if you're in Sosnovka, that'd be the one you'd start with. Your ferny land. You've got your grime for your potatoes, Grimmy. Bigger ferny land. Well, this one here does your corn and those sorts of ones. Now this one here has always been the most popular seeder in the gift series. Everyone's always used the fan instead. It cultivates and seeds at the same time. So everyone's always used it. It's been a good size, 6 meter one, 52 grand. You can't go wrong with it. I'm going to try and avoid using it this year because I've just used it so much in FS 15 and 13. You know, I want to try some new machines out. We've got another Grimmy here, 6 meters, so that's another potato one. I assume those there, that there is sugar beets, I'd say. So that's another Fantasted, so that's same deal. You end up paying a bit more to put your corn and your sunflowers and your sugar beets in. Now we got the Horsch Pronto 9 DC. This was in FS 13, but they took it out in FS 15. But they brought it back in because a lot of people wanted it back, so that is awesome to see. We'll probably be using that one. And this also cultivates as well, so that's awesome. You got your bigger Horsch. So that one there's got a 9 meter spread. They're both the same spread. It's just the that one there's your corn and your sugar beets and all that. And it's got a 9,000 litre capacity as well. Then we've got a Lemkin, which has got a 12 meter spread for your basics. And it doesn't cultivate, so that's something to bear in mind with those ones. This one here does. See, there's an additional symbol pops up down here. So these ones here actually fertilise as well. So you can do the whole lot in one hit. So with the Amazon, you can fertilise as well as seed. So that's what that symbol means. With that weeder, it does actually seed. And the plant's grass and whatever that is. I assume that's radishes. So yeah, the Amazon Condor is your most expensive one. It's got a 15 meter, so it's your biggest one as well. 15 meter width, 8,000 litre tank, and of course, like I say, you can lease these if you want to just try them out, or if you've only got one field and you don't really want to go buying it straight away, you can try it out and lease it. It's going to cost you 24.5 grand to lease it though. But that is the thing, like, so we've just got such a huge choice of equipment this season. So anyway, we'll shoot down to our tractor down here, and here we have our plough and our spreader. Awesome. So anyway peeps, next episode we're going to do some fertiliser and some ploughing as well. We'll get a worker. We'll probably start off the ploughing and we'll get a worker doing it. We'll do this fertiliser ourselves and we might look at doing a job. So until then peeps, make sure you keep your soil nice and moist, and happy farming.